Hello everyone, I'm a Metaslave, and welcome to Chapter 14 of my Conquest Max Round Efficiency. We're back in sort of a kill boss gauntlet, so to speak, now that we're past Chapter 13, but that's just fine, because we are kind of in a low manning mode. Camilla gets reclassed to Wyvern Lord using an extra heart seal that we could get from the shop upgrade. It's a very good idea to do this around now, because she's not really going to do any notable damage with tomes anymore in Malignite, so might as well just double down on her physical stats and give her better growths and physical bulk and all that jazz. I also brought a Baruka off screen, but kind of forgot to show it. The main objectives, I guess, beyond the boss here is to make sure to recruit Keaton, because he doesn't explicitly cost turns, even if I'm not doing full recruit. There's no reason not to recruit him if I can. As well as getting the 2 chests. Baruka pairs with Niles there so that they can get the top right chest, which is a Seraph robe, naturally quite helpful. And Kaze pairs with Camilla so that they can reach this 10,000 gold chest. Odin, we also get Leo. We also get Leo, who's a pre-promoted Dark Knight, who doesn't really, his stats aren't quite good enough to do super notable combat, but they're good enough that he never really disappoints, He always, anytime I need slight chip or him to just not die, he's there for me. Unlike certain other units, I guess. Which is, like I said, that's a pretty good as far as units that are trying to contribute in this run are concerned. Keaton himself, who, is about to be recruited, he's not really worth using in combat for much of anything, but he's a very similar, but Wolf Segners or Wolfskin are pretty similar backpacks to fighters, so he can maybe come in handy sometimes. Camilla, this is the spot that Camilla needs to be in to reach the chest, but she also wants to just get a little bit of EXP from attacking a samurai like that. And Corrin's gonna end his turn so that Keaton will move to him and talk, because Keaton's a little too out of the way to try to talk to turn 1 player phase. I manip these paired pegs away from Leo so that they don't block the way, because that'd be really annoying. And luckily, getting doubled and not countering is a good way to incentivize enemies to go for him. Swap guy always OP. Azara pairs up with Leo, it gets transferred to Leo so that Leo can bring her to dance for Corrin. But first, I'm gonna get the chest after I paired Corrin up with Odin. I get 10,000 gold with Kaze, like I said, and I get Seraph robe with Niles. So now Odin and Corrin move. This is the tile that they need to be at to reach Kumegera. And now it's time to dance for them. And Kumagera himself, his res is not very good, so it's perfect to be using a magical unit like Corrin, but he has counter magic. So taking counter magic damage in addition to the counterattack would be pretty scary. So I just make sure to 2-shot him with lightning and not even give him that chance. That is Chapter 14 in 2 turns. Let's move on. Chapter 15 is a very strange map where it only gives you 3 units, but when one of those units is Corrin, there's nothing really to worry about. We also get Azura, which, I guess helpful enough because of dancing, but we also get Gunter back. The options for this map are to either escape with all your units, which is not a very quick thing to do, considering Azura is quite difficult to move around, or we can kill the boss by activating that Dragon Vein and reaching him with these replicated units on the bottom of the map, and reach the bottom left corner with them. Now that Gunter's, which naturally is the faster option, which we go with. Now that Gunter's back, he's actually a pretty instrumental unit going forward, but more for support reasons than actual combat reasons. Just like Felicia gives +2 damage dealt, -2 damage taken to Corrin, Gunter gives +3 damage dealt, +15 hit, which is really, really good for hitting bosses and killing them reliably. As a result, Gunter is going to be pretty much Corrin's primary backpack now that Odin is almost at A support with Corrin. We do this, and eventually we do want the A support for not only the best pair-up bonuses possible, but also to access Cavalier for elbow room, because that's a broken skill. And we passively build these. The replicas don't count as units, so they don't build supports, but the units up there will. So just getting a little extra support can be nice. We also killed a soldier there and got that spirit dust, and that's like pretty helpful, as you might imagine, since Corrin wants as much mag as they can get. Furthermore, on this map, like you're starting to notice, you might have noticed in the previous maps that like now that even from unpromoted enemies, Corrin and Camilla are getting a little more than 1 EXP, which is all thanks to that sweet low internal level. The game is treating them like they're more or less an unpromoted unit still, even though they aren't. This boss is a dodgy hero, but fires so accurate that, you know, even on the gate, I still hit them easily. And I also get a speed wing, which is nice. That's chapter 15 in 3 turns. Let's move on. Chapter 16 is the last map I have for you today, and is quite an interesting one. We need to talk to the boss, or sorry, we need to kill a boss, but where that boss spawns is actually, like, unknown, because there's 4 green soldiers that any of them could be the boss. The last one that you talk to is the one that's the boss. The whole gimmick behind this map is that you, like, enemies steal 300 gold from a pool of 10k for every turn that you don't end the map. So that means, like, on turn 1, they'll steal 300. And if you beat the map turn 2, you get 9,700. Corrin is naturally well-equipped to kill the boss, but the rest of my units still need to be up to snuff as well. I reclassed Gunter to Wyvern Lord because he nabs a kill, which gives him a level, and I need 2 levels in Wyvern Lord, or in a Wyvern class line with him, so I might as well make one of those in Wyvern ASAP, and I do have the extra Heart Seal to do this. I give Camilla the arm scroll, which I'll explain a little more why she does that later, but I also give a speed tonic to the generic peg, and this is because I want to be able to give that to Xander, who's going to pair up with the peg. Xander, you know, his stats are amazing. He has like really good strength of defense, and his personal skill is broken. It gives him +2 damage dealt, -2 damage taken with enemies as long as they're at full health, which is most enemies he faces. But his speed and res are, you know, a little awkward, or need some help sometimes, which is why he gets the speed tonic to double all the enemies he needs to double. Corrin, again, now that there's promoted generics and, you know, like late high level unpromoted enemies, he's getting quite a bit of XP. But yeah, Xander pairs with a generic peg. This was a bit lazy of me. I could have used like with my Azura usage this turn, because I didn't actually do anything with Azura. So I could have had Azura dance for Xander after he used 2 tonics, because by only using a speed tonic and not an HP or res tonic, he faces small chance of death. But that's just a minor micromanagement that I could have made, and it didn't really matter too much in practice. I lunged with Camilla after killing that outlaw, because it's pretty important that she, you know, gets rid of as many archers as she can. Camilla got that arm scroll so that she could get B axes, which means when she has the dual club equipped against a sword user, she takes -2 damage. That -2 damage prevents that one of those mercenaries from damaging her, which is perfect for her cycle of guard gauge timing correctly and blocking an archer hit. Corrin here, you know, is not threatened at all by these fighters or mages. If any, and even if he took more damage and, you know, wasn't dodging everything, Baruka's positioned to bring Elise over to him to heal him before he talks to and kills the boss. As you can see, Kaze wanted to manipulate that fighter away from Xander so that the Dark Mage would one of the Dark Mages would get blocked. Otherwise, Xander would just die. Xander, like, yeah. Camilla dodged one of the archer hits, but that doesn't matter. She has just enough health to survive everything that gets thrown that she doesn't block with guard gauge. Between the archer, this hero that attacks her, and something she wants to attack next turn. As you can see, yes, because of that mercenary not attacking her, she blocks that paired archer hit, or rather outlaw hit, excuse me. And that paired hero, that's like the most sensitive thing for Camilla, because she wants to be able to double that, which is not the most easy thing to do in the world. But yeah, she only takes 24 from that outlaw, and if she goes to this hero, she only takes 6, which means she would live with 1 HP even if she got hit by the outlaw. And yeah, this hero has a heart seal, which is very, very valuable, since heart seals are pretty in high demand. And so I kill him, and I'll get a perfect level off of him and get that drop. I also got a Master Seal from that one of the sorcerers, I think, but that's not as in high demand. That's really just like saving money practically because I don't need that many Master Seals going forward. Kaze kills the Berserker, but he doesn't actually. I don't even promote Kaze, so this barely matters. What really he did, his claim to fame there was just manipulating the fighter. Now I talked to the first green unit with Xander. Now I talk to the next one with Gunter and kill this Outlaw in one hit with a +1 Steel Axe. And I get the first of 2 levels that I need. But obviously, as you might have guessed, Gunter's stats don't really matter, which is good because the growth is terrible. Then I heal Corrin, but he didn't actually get hit much. Just got an HP level up, so the usefulness doesn't show, but it is there. Now Camilla gets danced for, and like I said, I could have just paired up Azura with Niles after dancing for Xander turn 1, but it is what it is. I talked to the penultimate one with Camilla, and now it's time to kill Shura with Corrin. Shura doesn't hit that hard, but he does have counter. So I need to like properly manage the damage I'm doing as well as the damage I'm taking. But luckily here, even if I got hit in return, I would still be fine. So we kill Shura here, and that's chapter 16 in 2 turns. We also get 9,700 gold by beating it in 2 turns. Furthermore, I do kill Shura because this is an IR playthrough, and the boots are more valuable than Shura himself. Sorry, Shura. Goodbye. See you next time.